Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays again, and I'm in the Großer Kurfürst, at tier 10 German battleship. Now I'm on the map Loop in a 3-point domination game. This is obviously a tier 10 battle, but there are barely any tier 10s around, there is no carrier. So there is a lot of potential for some fun. I've already fired one salvo at the broadside Isumo, and as expected in a Kurfürst I did absolutely nothing. But you know. Game's still early. There is a Kagero that has been detected and, well, probably been raided by the Buffalo.
Good show.
And you know, that Kagero is already gone. So great start for our team. Now I'm making myself over towards the sea cap. The destroyer is gone now, so makes pushing in here a lot simpler. There is a large enemy force on the left flank, but we will see how that develops. For now it looks like the enemy Pommern is rushing in. We do have a Fletcher. You know, the Pommern is very dangerous up close with its hydro and torpedoes. But I mean, the Fletcher might be able to ambush that Pommern around the island if the Pommern keeps pushing, and the Pommern is getting farmed really nicely. Now I've decided that since I'm, well, the only tier 10 battleship and a brawling battleship at that, my role is at the front. And you know what? The incoming damage here is something that I can tank. Now, I'm getting spammed by a Neptune, but the good thing about well, British is, well, the British light cruisers, they only have armor piercing. So I mean, if I angle against the Neptune, the amount of damage Neptune does is not so scary. If this was like a high explosive user spamming me, then I would probably have lost at least half of my health already. But you know, Neptune, that's fine, I can tank it. Now the Pommern is behind an island, my secondaries are going after the Massachusetts. The Massachusetts has decided that maybe he doesn't want to be as brave. But I don't think that Massachusetts will escape in the long run. Now we are losing the left flank, which makes it even more important that we deal with the right flank before and we can reinforce it. There's also cycling coming, by the way, so there is some potential for some close quarter brawling later on. And it looks like that Pommern might be reversing. But I'm still working on that Massachusetts. And there we go. Now I do have some support behind me, so it's also nice. Yeah, the Pommern has launches torpedoes, but he is too far away to hit me with those. So maybe we can get some Pommern booty here. I'm also trying to angle because, you know, don't want to be full broadside against this Pommern if I can avoid it. And yeah, this Pommern should be going down soon. Gotta watch out for the Isumu because I'm now somewhat broadside to that. But even more importantly, there is a Neptune coming. So I'm going to use my Hydro because, well, Neptune has torpedoes. And also, I mean, I can Hydro him inside the smoke screen here. Now full broadside Neptune, so obviously I get 4 overpins. Maybe somebody else is more lucky. Or, you know, my other salvo got a juicy Citadel in here. Now unfortunately, meanwhile, the high explosive has found me, so I had 2 fires, which I damaged con. And now I have a problem, right? This Moskva is getting way too close. I'm getting also shot at from this Kremlin. And broadside to an Isumo, so not really the situation I want to be. But it can be somewhat solved by just going forward a bit and then using this island here. So got a nice salvo into the Isumo. And yeah, I should be in cover here. That's nice. Now I have to be careful that I'm not abandoning my waifu island towards my left, which will keep me alive here. The Isumo is hopefully going down soon, especially with the amount of broadside he is showing. And I mean, not just to me, there is a rather nice fleet there behind me. Now what I want is I want to get closer towards the island with the Neptune behind. Of course I can absolutely hydro that Neptune, which is what I'm doing. And then the Isumo and farms at Neptune. And some torps incoming, but I should be fine. So the way I'm turning here, I'm opening myself up against the Isumo again. Well, assuming the Isumo lives long enough. But, you know, we're getting that Neptune. My Hydro is still running, so I should be aware of any torps incoming. But it looks like none are on the way in my direction. So, the Sumo has been dealt with. It's time to turn around and charge into B. So, the Cyclone has started by now. But it's looking very nice for our team. Right, we have a nice lead and there is a broadside Moskva. And there are some juicy citadels. So turns out, don't go broadside in front of a battleship. Who knew? So even more importantly, our whole fleet here is somewhat together and we are pushing as one into B. Well, more or less. Now the enemy will have a hard time stopping that onslaught, I feel. And while they do have 2 cap zones, well, probably not for much longer. Now I've managed to miss a Marceau, nothing too surprising here. Unfortunately my Hydro is on cooldown, so I will have trouble spotting incoming torps. There's a Hippa, we can get some shots in at that. The rear guns won't be able to shoot the Marceau anyway, unless I... Yeah, okay, I was too broadside to that Kremlin. I admit... Oh, okay, that there is another destroyer. That's gonna be tricky. Got a nice salvo into the Marceau, but I'm switching my secondaries to the Eastergötland because that's a much more imminent threat. Now, without any Hydro running, I'm just going to slow down here. I mean, I don't know where he's going to top. I'm just hoping that he topped immediately after coming around here and that he didn't account for me slowing down, because that's my only hope here. And it looks like it's... Well, I'm going to eat one. I mean, European troops don't hurt that much. So, no flood. Yes, no flooding. That's nice. And thanks to the Cyclone, the enemy team can't easily finish me off. Oh, there are more troops incoming. But I think... well, I hope I'm going to be able to dodge those. I mean, the Kurfürst takes a while to speed up, but... Yeah, this should. Got another heal going. I mean, at this point, it looks like the enemy team has been utterly devastated and they need a miracle of epic proportions to come back. So, that's nice. Now let's just get some more brawling in against this Kremlin. You know, if I angle properly, this should work. Also, I mean, I have a lot of help from my team here, who will more than happily farm this Kremlin with me. I've got my secondary armament expert activated. Although, like, I don't know, have I lost so many secondaries on this flank, or am I just not quite angle enough for all of them to shoot? I mean, it's possible that I just farmed quite a few of my secondaries by now, because that was a bit pitiful. So, that leaves them with a Bismarck and a Hippa. And... I mean, they shouldn't be too far away. I can also get some cap experience here, and... I'm sorry if there are any noise distractions from 2 cats running around. Anyway... Bismarck coming in, full broadside, the way I like it. Yeah, the Hippa is also... The Hippa is basically dead. That just leaves the Bismarck. There is a high caliber. And, you know, that's more the secondary fire than I expected. Maybe my other side has just lost too many secondary guns, but it looks like my left side still is more than happy and firing. And, oh, Bismarck decides that full broadside it is. That's nice. So, let's see if we can finish her off. And that brings us to the results. So this was basically the Dream Kurfürst game. A game where I just was able to push and brawl. And, you know, not too many games turn out like that. But if they do, it's just beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. And I'll see you guys next time.